Season 3, Episode 2, Rick Mancing the Stone, yeah. Now, yes, I realize this episode came out back on the 3rd of July, this is 2 months later, and yeah, so you're probably wondering why am I doing this, because, well, I actually want to do weekly reviews of the show, but back when the show first came back on, I was kind of doing, well, focusing on the 5-year anniversary stuff, like, I was focusing really heavily on that, so I really had no time to do weekly reviews and stuff, so yeah, and I feel bad that I've been not doing it. I keep telling myself to do it, but I forget, and now, just like this Sunday, like last Sunday actually, not this Sunday, last Sunday, episode 7 came out of the season, and I'm like, shit, I'm behind. So I'm just gonna review all the episodes I missed right now, because I can, this is my channel, I can do whatever, yeah. Ugh! Except burp, I can't do that apparently, because I suck at it. It's just how life works. You can't burp, you can't burp. Ugh! Okay. Also, as I review these episodes, I will be referring to events that haven't happened yet. And so, since, several episodes that come out afterwards, after this ones, I won't be referring to those events or stuff. So, yeah, I'm just trying to stay not that relevant right now. Or, if that makes sense, but you get what I mean. And so, yes, anyways, Rick Mancing the Stone. The episode starts with, Rick, Morty, and Summer coming back from an adventure that involves somehow weird creature things. We never get to see it. But then afterwards, they go back right into a new adventure, which takes them to a world that's basically a Mad Max type world in this show. It's very obviously Mad Max inspired. In this world, Rick is after this special isotope rock, which can power any kind of electrical thing for, years, I guess, to come, or even longer than that, or eternity, who knows and stuff, and they're about to leave a little piece of it, but then Rick discovers this society of people has actually a bigger portion of it, and he decides to join their group, and they have to live with them for a while until Rick has the opportunity to get it. While there, Morty and Summer start to change a little bit, and not by puberty change, I mean weird science shit that can't be explained in the show, change. Rick, using a special type of serum, gives Morty the memories of a super strong arm, which doesn't make sense, I know, but still. He puts him in Morty's arm so he can start doing battles in the Blood Dome, obviously a reference to the Thunderdome, I guess, or Death Dome, Battle Dome, whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty sure there was a film in the Mad Max series that was called Thunderdome, so I guess that's a reference to that, but this is called the Blood Dome. Anyway, so he gives Morty that powerful arm to fight people in the arena while he can seal the rock without anyone noticing. While Summer, on the other hand, starts having a bit of a romantic relationship with one of the inhabitants there, Hemorrhage, who's actually voiced by Joel McHale. They start bonding over weird slaying of monsters and creatures and weird shit in this universe and stuff like that, and then they fall in love and make out and, yeah, and then get married. Time flying, they're having fun. Okay. Afterwards, Morty and Summer decide they want to stay here forever and never want to leave, so Rick does that and just leaves them there and goes back home and takes the rock with him, as now Morty and Summer have fully joined the society and don't want to leave and feel like part of it. But Rick couldn't care less if they came back with him or not, because as soon as he gets home, he makes robot duplicates of them so that Beth doesn't freak out about where the children are and stuff like that. But in the process, he realizes this isn't helping him out at all, because now Beth is starting to want to call Jerry more, and he doesn't want that because Rick had it all planned out to get them divorced, and now Jerry's moved out, which he's happy about that. But then, of course, Beth starts wanting to call Jerry and stuff, so Rick needs to actually get Morty and Beth back. No, Morty and Summer, sorry, them back. He gets Morty first, who his arm's a bit of a sentient being, goes on a quest to kill the man who burned down an entire village, which is very interesting how it works exactly. And then he goes off and kills the slave guy who did it all and stuff like that. So, yeah. And that turns into a little bit of a life lesson about how his parents being divorced and stuff, and about how Morty starts to realize that at some point you're going to have to let everything go, which of course is representing how he needs to let his parents divorce or just go. Of course, he's not going to actually let it go because it's the... Of course, he's not actually going to let the divorce go. Of course, no kid can really get over parents being divorced, but so he's not going to really focus on it that much, because in the episode he was starting to really get his rage out over beating up people with his arm and about his parents being divorced and stuff. And of course, before they leave, Rick teaches society of how to use the rock to make power and energy and build a more actual, town place sort of thing, if you get what I mean, what I'm saying. Yeah, you get what I mean. Blah, 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 blah. Well, rambling off here, he builds them a society and an actual, more functioning society with, like, homes and jobs and stuff like that. And it's been apparently about 12 weeks they've been there, but for all we know, it's in different time zones, because back in their dimension, it's 12 weeks for Beth, but for them, it's more like a year, I would say, because, you know, Summer and Hemorrhage are now married, so I'd say a year went by at this point. And then, of course, they start arguing about how Summer does all the work and Hemorrhage just sits on his ass all day and is watching Blood Dome finals and stuff. And then, of course, Summer and Hemorrhage decide to take some time apart from each other, divorcing, and from another teaching the Summer about divorcing and stuff, so yeah. And then, of course, they come back home, Rick goes back to his normal little thing. Morty says what he needs to say to Mom about the divorce and stuff, and then Summer goes to visit Jerry, and yeah. And then, of course, there's a little ending tag with a dog trying to eat Jerry's unemployment letters, but even the dog doesn't like it, and the guy says loser again. Zombie was a really great episode. So it was a really cool thing seeing Rick and Morty's version of a Mad Max type world. It was really cool looking. I like how in the episode both Morty and Summer's plots sort of became lessons about the divorce and stuff. I really like that. And plus a lot of the designs in the episode of characters, vehicles, and the world just look pretty freaking awesome. I also like that Joel McHale is actually voicing Hemorrhage in this episode, because fun fact actually, Phil Hartman, one of the creators of the show, actually used to work on Community. I think he was actually one of the writers on Community. I could be wrong. A writer, producer, or something like that. He used to work on Community, so he brought Joel McHale in to voice a character in this episode for just a little fun reference, I guess, which is really cool. I like that. But overall, I couldn't ask for a better episode to bring the show back. Well, it already came back, premiered like back in April before this, but this episode brought the season back fully now and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. But also, one thing I would like to mention, though, is that this episode feels like more of an actual season premiere episode than season 1. I mean, not season 1, season 3, episode 1, I'm stupid. Season 3, episode 1. This episode felt like more of an actual first episode for the show than the actual episode 1. Because here's the thing. I actually kind of understand why episode 1 got released back in April and why the rest of the season got, like, split very far apart from that one episode, because episode 1 kind of feels like a prequel episode, you get what I mean? It shows you what happens after season 2 and right before season 3, so that's what it kind of felt like. That episode felt like a prequel episode to season 3, and this episode felt like the actual official start to season 3, so that's kind of how I look at it. Maybe you might look at it too. Tell me in the comment section down below if you think of it that way, because that's what I kind of thought, it's what I kind of looked like and stuff, so yeah. But, yeah, overall, this is a really great episode. I'm not really sure how to rate it. 9 out of 10 so far, I would say. So it's a really good episode. That's what I'm saying. But, yeah. So, yeah, so expect more episode reviews online, down the line, whatever. Shit. Legit, I had a burp just, like, bubbling up my stomach. I couldn't get it to come out. Shit. Ugh. I just needed one burp for the episode. No, I'll probably just insert a burp. There we go. Burp for the episode. Anyway, so, yeah, I'll rate this episode 9 out of 10. What's that? What we can rate? No, not 9. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, let's see. 9 out of 10 isotopes. 9 out of 10 isotopes out of 10 for the episode. So, yes. But, anyways, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next Rick and Morty episode review, which I'm very excited to review the next episode, because, of course, the next episode after this, as we all know, is Petrol Rick! So, yes. See ya. I mean, that's not my intro. That's not my outro. I'm not thinking straight. I'm an idiot. Dumb Brendan. See you later. Bye. Still can't do it.
Sooner or later, we gotta let it go.
I don't know if that applies to the throats of murder victims, Morty.
Shit! What do I...
Well, the longer you wait, Morty, the more it's gonna feel like committing a whole murder. I think your arm just called it too early because it wasn't the arm of a paramedic. Here. It's the least I can do. I owe you this much. See, Morty? Now we're both accountable.